Guitar Collector Guy presents the Gibson Les Paul Special Tribute Double Cutaway Double P90s. The guitar in this video is the color is Blue Stain, which to me does not sound like a very good marketing decision for a color name. And then it is the Les Paul Special Tribute Double Cutaway model of guitar that came out in 2019, was only in production for a short while, as far as I can tell, and then was discontinued. This specific model was discontinued. You can still get double cutaways, Les Paul specials, and this has two single coil P90s and has single volume, single tone control, and a 3-position switch. I had heard another person on another channel basically said that you could get another pickguard that has cutouts for humbucker pickups if you didn't like the P90s. I really like the P90s, so I'm not going to do this. And you could literally just install P90s with a new pickguard. The problem with that is I searched all over the place, and I think that you'd end up having to have the pickguard made custom because even WD did not have them in stock. And I couldn't find anything for this model except for the P90s. Maybe if it was in production for longer, they would offer something like that. But since, it's kind of a limited quantity that they would ever be able to sell for. The individual who had this guitar before had done two supposed upgrades they listed. When I got the guitar, I realized that they really weren't upgrades. One, they had put like $29 locking tuners in. So one of the first things I did was pull those off. They were kind of really crappy tuners. And luckily he had included the original tuners in the case. And so I put those back on because to me, the factory tuners are far superior. If you're going to upgrade, quote unquote, your guitar, buy quality parts. Don't replace quality parts with what I would consider crap parts. It's just kind of my perspective. And then the other thing was they put a adjustable wraparound bridge, which also, if you bought a good one, which they can actually be kind of pricey, so I get why you'd buy a knockoff, but I think it was one of the Chinese knockoffs that you can find on eBay, and they run like $25, and they're like hollow sounding, and I just not a very high quality. So I pulled the compensated or the adjustable bridge and just basically in this video reinstalled the original factory compensated bridge. And I'm going to tell you, when I went and checked intonation on the factory compensated bridge, you're kind of taking a quality part that came from the Gibson factory and replacing it for a problem that didn't really exist with, in my opinion, a really kind of just shoddily made part. So when I did pull the pickup cover off of this, I did find that you can, in fact, the routing holes do look like they're large enough to take a humbucker. But again, if you had the tools and the wherewithal, you could probably modify the pickguard yourself, I guess. But again, I really like the pickups. I also like, strats and tellies and stuff. So I'm used to playing with non-humbucker single coil pickup guitars. And so also too, the electronics on this are like really, really simple. They work great. I didn't really see any reason to do any upgrades on them or anything like that. I left a few things out of the video, like me actually removing the strings and so on. And but I did leave in some of the normal things of restringing the guitar, checking for neck relief, and so on. So the weight on this specific guitar is 7 pounds, 4 ounces. It's got really nice balance to it. It doesn't have the heavy neck drop like some of the SGs do, and is really, really nicely balanced, and so on. And so I like it. I realize I've probably said that quite a bit. Sometimes I listen to myself in the videos and I'll repetitively say a specific word or phrase over and over again, and it's kind of really embarrassing, but I could actually watch my own videos and turn them into a drinking game, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's something you all can do, but I'm not endorsing drinking. I don't want YouTube having problems with the videos or something, but I did an initial tuning on the guitar with it laying on the bench, but this isn't the tuning that I do where it's actually in the playing position, where I'm getting ready to measure things like intonation and string height and so on. I just, basically wanted to stretch the strings and get it kind of within the ballpark on tuning. Next, I checked the neck relief on this guitar, and it was spot on. I mean, I was really happy, but for the sake of the video, it would have been nice to have to adjust the truss rod, but maybe this thing really was adjusted and plucked, and so somebody had filed the nut for size 10 strings. I don't know if that was done with Gibson or if it was done by an owner later. So here I am measuring at the 6th fret, and the gauge slides in and is just has enough clearance between the fret and the string. So I took off the capo and tune the guitar up then for its kind of first initial baseline tuning, where I have, kind of a pitch perfect on each of the strings. So then I can actually measure string height. Two things I have to remember in the future when I'm filming. One, I had the garage door open and didn't account for the background noise of cars driving by. And also, probably shouldn't wear a baseball cap. I didn't realize how much I was kind of blocking out with the camera that's above me. So. Next, I measured string height on the guitar, and I found that the 3 bass strings were pretty much spot on where they needed to be. I had to make a minor adjustment on the 3 treble strings. Intonation, I'm always really surprised with these compensated wraparound bridges how well the intonation actually comes in. I didn't have to do any adjustments on this. It was pretty much fine. I mean, it was as good as any 3-barrel telly that I have ever done work on. Last, though, I noticed that the pickups were kind of low, and so I measured them. I was looking for 3/32 and 1/16. That's 3/32 from the top of the pickup to the bottom of the string on the 3 bass strings, and then 1/16 the same type of measurement for the 3 treble or high strings. If you're interested in this specific model of guitar, you can find them on Reverb and eBay, and they go for between $900 on the low side, and I actually did see one in the mid 900s with the factory case. I couldn't tell though the condition. And then also up to about $1,400 on the high side. she's a nice guitar. I like her a lot. Good price, really good quality of a guitar, and great sound out of those P90s. And I'm happy that I have added her to my collection. Thank you for watching Guitar Collector Guy. Really appreciate you being here. Hope you come back and watch more. If you like this video, click like, subscribe, and notify.